now. And about to be also in your ears. What's up, people? How we doing? Where you guys
All right,
tuning
let me
in
know if
from?
you can hear me on Instagram. This is a very difficult setting.
You're sideways.
Okay. Um, can you hear me though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yay! What's up, people? Okay, now you're
Okay.
vertical, and I can hear you.
See, okay,
That's hi, Sarah.
can I explain why this is so weird?
Yeah. Oh
Because
gosh, come
I
on.
have to
The
talk.
lowdown.
So the video, okay, for some reason, my phone can record audio when I do videos, but when I do
Yes.
Instagram stories or live, it will not like have good audio, and I have no idea why. I guess it uses two different microphones or something. Um,
Ah.
so I have to use this microphone,
I
but
thought you were doing that to look extra G. Anyways, yes.
no, I have to do this to get into that. But the issue here is that I can't put this headphone in because then it's like I get this lagged grace of like, hey, hey, because well, I guess you guys are
Right.
well, actually, you guys are pretty close. Oh, it's weird. It's really like there's two graces.
Okay, Joe is saying you sound like you're calling in from the Howard Stern show. So here's a little tip for all of you on Instagram. If you head over to our YouTube, it should be a much cleaner sound. But I'm thinking from that comment that that at least means that he can still hear us.
Yeah,
Is that true, everybody? Um,
that's cool. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I got a broken phone. I will.
yeah,
I will
we're all
go.
doing our best, people.
I will fix my phone or get a new phone ASAP. I promise.
Just for the Saxy crew. No, I feel you. I mean, like, you guys weren't with us for the last 20 minutes, but we were basically troubleshooting, which, might be helpful for you to watch if you're trying to set up your own thing, but actually it's a little more stressful when everybody's commenting as things are broken. So we decided to do that personally.
Also,
Um,
also, I will say what really ended up working on my end was just restarting my computer, which is a good tip because honestly, like it's the thing that's like the most simple, but people forget to do it. Is just restarting your thing. But on the road, when like my mic doesn't work or anything doesn't work, I would say like 80% of the time, if I start it up again, it just works. It's very, but you forget that though. It's too simple.
totally. Um, how is the sound on YouTube, everybody? Do you need Leo closer to the mic? Because you're using your computer mic, right?
Okay, okay, yeah. I can be closer to the mic.
Oh, I think that's better. Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. Like when you power off, it's like the simplest thing to just power on and off. And when when anybody's in freak out panic mode, I know this happens to me. It's like, especially before a show. Oh my god, if there's any electronic malfunctioning, it's like the last thing that I remember sometimes.
Yeah,
I just want to hit things. I'm like, work, work.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
YouTube's not saying you good. So, okay, anybody on Instagram, if you just Google Too Saxy YouTube, then you'll find us. We're the live link. Um, so how you doing? Oh, we gotta do our glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Uh, uh,
Office hours. Oh, everything feels right.
I'm not looking very teachery today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking like a crazy professor that they like fired from the school because I'm like too crazy.
It's the Leo swag, though. It's the Leo P professor swag.
Yeah.
Speaking of professors, people, we've been, you might notice that we're both back home, but we've been together the last month working really hard, literally day in and day out, 16-hour days, on a very exciting new project. Those of you who signed up for our email list, I think, are going to find out in the next few days exactly what it is, all the details, all the rundown. Um, but we definitely have been in teacher mode because we're creating an educational project for all of you that's going to be coming out really soon. Any guesses to what it is? Does anyone have guesses? I feel like at this point we've been we keep saying how secret and epic it is, but people must have some clues, perhaps. Um, we'll tell you. We'll tell you a little later. I don't think it has to be a big secret. Um, but anyways, how you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's so weird, dude. Like your voice is in like it's like this like it's like a godly presence in my ear because you're like "Duh, duh, duh." It's just like and there's two of you and like you're moving slightly slower than the other one. It's just it's an experience.
It's
Um,
trippy.
it's trippy. I like it.
I've had
Um,
that happen in past office hours, one ear, and then also I had the students' videos playing on the iPad, and then in one ear at different times on the computer, which makes it extra challenging to try to give critiquing thoughts because I'm like, I don't know, were you playing in time? I think that might have just been two different earbuds,
yeah.
but you're enjoying the experience.
I am. I guess I don't have to have the computer ones in because I'm not using this microphone, I guess I'm using the computer microphone. Oh, that's another thing. It's like my freaking what is this called? That interface. My interface, like, it won't connect to my computer. Like, I haven't been able to use my microphone
Ooh.
or
I wonder if
my.
it's an update issue.
Okay. You think that's
It could be
possible?
like how many? I mean, I think in the past, if I don't update to the newest um, thing, sometimes everything starts bugging out.
Okay. Because
Music, dude, 123 is saying if you're on a Windows computer, downloading ASIO driver might help. You're on a Mac, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
guys are so sweet though. Everyone's just giving tech help. Um, it could be it, or it could just be
I got a new wire because I have been. Cause the wire's always been a little trippy. Like, you kind of got to wiggle it around. So I kind of thought it was the wire, but we'll see.
yeah. We'll see. Actually, there is a question that came in from somebody who follows us that is exactly about this stuff. He was asking, well, he's not having anything malfunction, but FX.crisis had DM'd us saying, hey, I'm a saxophonist and a video editor. I want to get started on recording my own music. Since you're a musician too, when it comes to sound and recording, you know how everything works to get the best quality. I have a good laptop, a mixer, a speaker, a mic, and other things. I need to figure out how to put it all together with specific sound software. So, what's your advice on getting started with sound? How many of you watching are in the process of trying to put together your little home studio or want to? Anybody? Um, because this is a great thing for you to be putting together, especially now some people are back in lockdown, so no better time to be working on your own setup. Um, I would say to FX, GarageBand, honestly, like just even free GarageBand has so many great plugins within it. They have a great app as well that you can make your own beats, and you can get started with everything that you need. You can start learning to edit and do all that. The more pro versions for DAW stuff is Logic and Pro Tools. I usually use Logic. I really like their in-house sounds, and I use that for all my demos. And there's a cool plugin called Arcade's Output that has like a ton of samples and loops. Another popular one is Splice, and you can literally just download a lot of different loops and make your own music.
And
Um,
there is a Too Many Zoos sample pack on Splice.
Sick.
FYI.
That's sick.
Yeah, so check that out if you check out
Check
Splice.
that one out. What is that? Is that like a bunch of your guys' stems?
Yeah, it's just we do like different. We probably record like a sample pack or two a year, honestly, for different people. Usually it's just like individual artists, but this is really cool because a lot of people can get access to it. Um,
Yeah.
I think it's like honestly, it took so long. I think it's like 400 sounds.
Woo!
Yeah,
Y'all get on the Too Many Zoos sample pack. I gotta check
yeah,
that out. 400 sounds. That's insane.
yeah. So I think I did like 130 or something. Matt did 130. So it's just like it's like a lot. It's like a lot of different stuff. It's like some of it are literally just chords on the saxophone, just like chords like that, that, that. Some of it are like actual lines.
Yeah.
Boobity-da-da, boobity-da-da, whatever. And then some of
Yeah.
it are just the crazy sounds, different stuff. But
That's
yeah,
so cool.
I think it's
So
called
check
like the fat horn pack. I think.
with a PH or an F
What do you say?
or something else with a PH or an F or an X.
I think with a PH.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just with like an X
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something. So what are you using for DAW stuff for how you record your music? I know people have questions of how to
So I
set up.
use okay, I use Ableton Live, which is amazing. Ableton 10, the newest one, which is amazing. And like when I researched basically what would be the best thing, because like I want to like DJ and play sax.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
so when I was researching that, I found that that was like the best software for that. That being said, it's really expensive, so it might not be good to start with that. Um,
Right. There's
but
options.
I used to use GarageBand,
Yeah.
um, and I know a lot of people that use Logic.
Yeah. So there's definitely not one go to everyone, but GarageBand's a great free starter, and they've like really updated a lot of their stuff. I was like pleasantly surprised just going on their app how easy it is to use all their different like beat making tools. So if you guys are interested in making your own music and just like FX Crisis, his DM was asking, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I think just the idea of getting to know how to like edit yourself and record yourself is huge. Everybody should be doing that.
Yeah, that is super true. I didn't even start until um, June. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to. And like my situation is a perfect example of how you can still totally like make it in the music industry without learning how to. Because I was just like, I don't want to learn how to like record myself. I don't want to get started. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a new skill. I don't want to go through all that. Like everyone knows the beginning, getting started on a project is like the hardest part, or
Hardest
it
part.
is for me. Maybe getting started and then maybe getting finished. But
Oh my god, 100%.
um, and I just didn't want to get started. I was very stubborn, and what happened was, I would actually pay people to record me. So a lot of times,
Mm.
I would get emails, and they'd be like, "Hey, I need you to record this thing," and I'd have to go to a studio or go to a friend's house and pay them. Um, then what would be really annoying is I would send all of parts. I would get home, and then the person would be like, "Oh, can you actually just change this? Can you actually just do this?"
And then you gotta go back
I have to
in,
go back in
pay
and
more money.
yeah, pay more money, and I also just never really 100% like I feel like sometimes I would half-ass it just because like I can't control it. Like so
Right.
I was just like, is that can you add more something? I reverb, but they're like, it's a lot of reverb on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, doesn't sound
Yeah.
right to me. So then I started getting a lot of, requests to record stuff during lockdown, the first time, and I had to learn how to record, so I just did it. And now it's like crazy. It's like the same thing that I would take me like hours going to a studio, doing all this stuff. Um, it'll take me half an hour, and then I could actually make it sound exactly how I want. Um,
Same. Yeah. People are saying that um, they're actually using GarageBand to create their own albums. Somebody's saying BandLab is a good tool. Someone talked about Reaper. Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives you the most amount. I found that too. The most amount of flexibility, the peace of mind of just knowing you can walk into your room and like record whatever you want to do and not be rushed and not have to pay someone by the hour and like edit it the way you want to. And I think for anybody who's on the edge of like not sure if they want to do that, it's like a really key skill that you will need to know if you want to, dive deeper into the music industry. And because I think people, especially from lockdown, are now producers. Everyone's just used to the idea of, oh, can you just record it from home and send it to me? Because that's less cost for them. They don't have to send you to a studio. Like, and if you can't do that, they're gonna move on to the next person.
yeah, one of the challenges that we face with technology is once everybody has something, or the majority of people have something, then if you don't have it, you're disabled. Like
Right.
it, in today's world, it would be really cool to just not have a phone, not have to worry about all this stuff, email all the time. But now, when people send me an email, if I don't send them back an email till like the end of the day or something, say I'm not around my computer, that's I mean, that's not, I mean, I was gonna say it's not acceptable. Maybe it's acceptable, but it's just not the norm. So it makes you look bad. If you're just like, oh, I just don't have a phone, like then it's like, okay, well. You should
This is gonna
just
be a lot harder to
yeah.
communicate with you.
Yeah, yeah, or it's like I don't have my email on my phone. I don't have my, you know what I mean? I've gotten caught in those excuses where it's kind of like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you have to keep up with technology the best you can. You know, I mean, obviously, not everybody is like rich or whatever. So it's just the same way with recording. Like you kind of have to get with it, and that's what I realized was I was just like, you know, staying in this like stone age of like, oh, I'm an artist. I play the sax. I don't record. I'm not recorder. I'm not.
Right now, we're all just sound engineers. I remember when I was 18, one of my mentors, who's like an incredible producer and knocked out some hits in the 70s and 80s and Grammy Award winning songs. He was really helpful in my development as far as songwriting, and um, he was the one who told me you got to get a really simple interface computer and start to make demos every day of your stuff. And he's like, and then we can take a look at those demos and figure out what the best ones are, and then we can go, really flesh them out and be in the studio. But he's like, you should start playing around with your vocals and sax, layering your own things, and that was totally foreign to me before that. But then I got a setup, and it's just great to be able to experiment on your own time. My next venture is, and I took it out because, like you said, Leo, it's like getting started is the hardest part. So I literally just like look at it. I've had this Launchpad for so long, and it's the Ableton Launchpad Mini, and I haven't gotten started, but I think I bought it like a year ago, and I really want to because I think it'd be super cool to be able to like create music that way. But I'm up against what you were saying a minute ago. It's like the getting started, so I need to just put a little bit of time every day to just have fun with it and see where it takes me.
Yeah, it's it once you get into it, it can be extremely addicting and fun. Um, I find that it's like similar to video games, you know, it's like every track feels like a different level. Like you're getting a little bit better at it. You're getting new things. You're EQing things differently. You're figuring out new stuff. Um, so it can be super fun, um, especially once you're really like going. Like for me, like a lot of times when I started first producing songs, like I would just be like, I would get home after hanging out with my brother's family about like 8 p.m. and I would literally like sit here until 3 in the morning, just like how did time leave? What happened? Like all I have is this track because you're just jamming out and making music for yourself. It's such a pure thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about, and like eventually, it's good, whatever, you release it and it can be for other people. But I feel like when you're first getting started, you have this kind of like there's like a pureness to your producing because it's it's so new that you're just getting all these ideas out. It's like you've been painting all these years, but now you can like make a movie. It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a
Totally.
because when I like you even are like pretty decent at piano. Like I can't even really play piano, so like when I write music, I'm literally writing it on a Barry sax. Like you should okay. I'm working on this EP slash album right now. I don't know what it's gonna be, and I can't wait to release the demos because all of
Mm.
the demos are me like playing Barry sax and jumping to like show the root motion. I'm like bop bop like, and we've noticed that all my melodies are like on two. They all start on two because I'm always playing the
Oh my
bass
gosh.
lines. So
Oh, that makes sense.
it's like da 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 da. Like, and it's like really funny. I'm like trying to rewrite my melodies because, anyways, well, all I'm saying is that it's not just a tool for like producing music. It's also like a tool for like just writing music and getting better at making demos and working with people online. It's just the
Oh
future.
yeah. How
Just the
many of you
future.
are multi instrumentalists or play a chordal instrument? Because that's also something I strongly recommend. It's like if you want to get better at harmony, if you want to like have more tools for writing, like you're saying, being able to pick up any other instrument and get ideas. Sometimes I do that. If I'm stuck on something on sax, I'll just pick up the bass and like have a different idea. I'll pick up the flute. I'll pick up, like I'll just start singing something. But I think a lot of the peeps on here are playing a bunch of different instruments and singing and writing. Okay, this is awesome. A lot of people are saying, yeah. So, this, like, I think it's really important for everyone to remember that, well, I could just ask you guys, how many of you feel like if you're not playing saxophone, you're like cheating and it's not practice time? Because I think differently. I really do. I used to beat myself up about this a lot. Like, oh shoot, I didn't put in X amount of hour. I didn't put in 2 hours today of practice. Um, but I spent the whole day on other instruments and writing music and blah blah blah. But if I talk to my younger self now, I'd be like, you're absolutely practicing. You're practicing music. You're practicing ear training. You're practicing composition. I'm the type of person that can't focus on just one thing for hours at a time. So my style has always been start for 15 minutes writing a song, move to the sax for a little bit, start singing, go back to the sax, take a break, have some food, hang out with friends, call somebody, get back to it. But I used to think it was wrong, and I really don't think it is. So if anyone feels that way, I was once in your shoes as well.
Yeah, yeah, I would have to totally agree. But like honestly, I think just variety, switching it up is important. Like having just like logging your hours and thinking about how much time you want to get working on the fundamentals, for example. Be like, all right, I do want to work on the fundamentals for like 5 hours this week. So like, spread it out however you want. Because I think to an extent, there's this idea of like having fun is like wrong because
Right.
like the pure fundamentals kind of just aren't fun for the majority of people.
Right.
Um, so it's like there's this there's this backwards thing sometimes when I feel like, and like I'm not trying to hit on, because I understand people that are teaching, it's difficult to run a class, but I feel like a lot of times when kids get into a fun jam, they're like, no, 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 we have to play the music that we're working on. And that type of discouragement constantly can kind of lead to you feeling like having fun is like almost wrong.
Wrong.
Sorry, someone was just calling.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry,
how many
someone
of
was
you
just
feel like
calling my
that?
phone.
Oh.
Like, I feel like, sorry, let me put on do not disturb mode because that was really annoying.
Another pro tip. You might want to use this
Um,
for your Instagram lives or practicing. And in a
uh,
minute, everybody, we're gonna watch some of your videos. You know how we do. We like to just kind of catch up as we're here. Um, does anybody kind of find that with practicing, you beat yourself up for having fun? Is that a thing? Because I know that's happened to me too. Exactly what Leo's talking about. Is
I
Leo
have to,
glitch?
I have to
Okay,
re,
he's gonna re-enter on Instagram.
man, my phone is
Um,
having a tough time.
Electra Buzz on YouTube saying, "Should I join jazz band?" Yes.
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 I'm just saying like I'm saying like it's fine that your teachers want to keep you on
Are you gonna request in again on
yeah, I
IG?
just did.
Okay.
Oh, now it's behind though. That sucks.
Okay, now, okay, Leah's coming back, everyone. They're freaking out.
Sorry.
Just a casual intro again.
Um
Hey,
a
he's back.
so okay, let me just finish that statement though.
Finish that statement, and then we'll go into some
Yeah.
students' videos. But yeah,
Okay.
I love where you're
So
headed.
I was just gonna say that it's like eat your vegetables, but have a piece of cheesecake every 3 days. That's what I'm saying. It's
Ooh,
like or whatever if you're vegan,
yum.
vegan cheesecake. I'm just trying to I'm not trying to exclude anybody. What I'm saying is that like it's important to learn all the stuff that is difficult that you're not going to have fun doing like long for me long tones. It's important to do long tones. Make a deal with yourself. Okay, like as long as I do long tones every day for 15 minutes, I can go into playing the F blues scale up and down for
And improving and
yeah.
having fun.
Yeah. So but like I feel like you should take that to the next level when it comes to any type of like really experiences like because I feel like every experience in life is part of music So
Mm.
spending time with your friends, developing deep friendships,
Mm.
being in a relationship, going to an awesome museum, going to a movie, going to walk around and see graffiti. It's like there's inspiration everywhere. So like you're never really cheating. Anytime you're alive, or if even when you're sleeping and dreaming, anytime you're breathing, you're actually, digesting art and being inspired. So like you shouldn't feel guilty about anything you do in life because it really is part of the saxophone.
I'm so
Um,
glad you highlighted that because that's like, yeah, you gotta have something to say and play about and feel. And if you're just locking yourself away and feeling terrible and guilty about that, then it's very hard for creativity to enter your life, you know. Oh, what up, Jay Metcalf in the house? All right, so hey y'all, what's up, Jay? Jay's also, well, I won't give it away, but we all were hanging out via FaceTime recently, making some cool stuff. Um, okay, so let's watch some student stuff. Does that work for you?
yeah,
All right, so let's take a look at this is interesting. This is our very first drum submission, and Kat, who wrote in, said he's just starting sax too, and inspired by us, so that's why he just started playing sax, which is super cool. Um, so let's check out his video. This is at SOFOKLISGHAS. I have no idea how to say that, so here we go. Oh, shoot, sorry. Let me start this back up on the. Here we go on YouTube. Woo! Hey! Oh my gosh! It's just finishing up on Instagram. Woo! That was hot. Okay, I gotta say, I really dug it. I love the song too, and then I love having those rhythmic elements, and he was just hitting it. So whatever that song was, I'm totally digging it, and would love to hear the full thing. I would love to hear what you would do on top of that with sax, maybe because I think he just started sax, so he's obviously a multi instrumentalist. You look pretty shocked. Maybe I should let you talk.
no, I don't. I'm like, I was just so like, what? That was sick. I don't know. Like,
Our first drum officer submission. I would want to jam with him.
it was just very. I was just not expecting that. I was expecting someone to like be playing saxophone,
Yeah.
like, and like, kind of a solo sax thing. Um, And I feel like the whole time I was kind of waiting for a saxophone. I was like, is this saxophone related? Um,
Like, nope.
no, I mean, the video is great. Um, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's really good. I don't know. Maybe do it faster. That would be more impressive. I don't know.
I,
Uh,
I, I think he is such a very friendly on a stage performance level, right? He's got a very friendly face as well. I could feel like I think if he got even a little crazier look wise too, because it's this really intense song, and I know people love it when drummers are just like hitting hard in, kind of wilding out. Maybe some hair tosses.
what? Okay.
That could be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like what I've noticed, like with a lot of um, famous like when people become like I've noticed it's like a different vibe when you become famous like on
Mm.
Instagram or something like so if you're going for like Instagram views like I've noticed like a lot of artists that have become really successful on Instagram always like they look at the camera more and they like make faces and they're like
Yeah. I know what you're
and like
talking about.
dancers they're like
I know exactly. Who here knows what he's talking about? I totally, yeah.
like I've noticed you can do so much with your face. Like when I'm playing,
Mm.
it's like my go-to is normally just like, but it's like it would be much better if I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh god, that's so good. That's too good. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just giving you stage performance tips because the music was so that was slamming,
that music was
and
great.
and I think more
I'm not,
people should
I'm,
surprise us with different
I'm not,
instrument.
yeah, I'm not qualified to tell you how to drum better.
Yeah, me neither. That was great. All I can say is I love the tune and would love to hop in and start jamming. But hey, Office Hours is now a place where we get to find out about more musicians. And so even if you're playing another instrument and you want us to check out your stuff, now we are aware of a lot of killingness going on. Let's take a listen to another one. This one I haven't seen, but I will. I'm seeing saxophones. I'm seeing saxophones in this one. All right, let's go. This is at Dana Lopez. Hey! All right. Dana's actually, I just saw she commented on our YouTube. She's watching live right now. That's her and her friend.
Wow, okay.
I know that song.
Yep. It's what did Augie call it? Seafood and potatoes.
Seafood and potatoes! Hey, bravo, Dana. I mean, I love how they're just setting up selfie style like we do often for rehearsal, just super casual. I think they were just, rehearsing, and there's a pretty good inner metronome happening between the two of you. Like, you're synced up, which is great. Um, I think there was an extra long pause between that kind of bridge section to the last day. It was almost a fake out. I was like, "Oh, are they done?" And then they started up again. I don't know if it was purposeful or not, but in
I
general,
think I think
yeah.
they were changing the page on the.
Oh, they were okay. You guys were reading.
I think so. That's what I think.
Yeah, Jack is saying they were seeing the chart. I mean, I think that if anything, the thing that I would kind of say to the two of you that you can start experimenting with is making that melody a little bit more punchy articulation. I'm attacking a lot of those notes, so I think you could work on that. But in general, you guys sound pretty together, and you're kind of, as long as you practice articulating the same way together, it's going to sound the best. If you want to get it closer to how we played it, it would be adding like more punchiness to the articulation. Um, but I love that you two are working on this song. It's so fun. It's super fun.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I mean, my main problem is just the memorizing. Like it's
Mm.
um, I just think it's really important to memorize music when you're performing it. And I understand like it's really difficult. Um, to be honest, I have a really hard time memorizing any music that I don't write. It's definitely like a weakness of mine. And honestly, normally I'm just like, go memorize it. It's just that easy. Just do it. But like I'm trying to memorize. I'm trying to memorize All I Want for Christmas by like Mariah Carey right now.
Oh yeah, it's a
And
great
it's
song.
so much harder than I thought. First of all, that song is super long. Um
There's a
and
bridge and everything.
yeah, like it's like long and like
Yeah.
the verses have like different parts. Like it's kind of you can't just play the same melody for all the verses. And
Yeah.
also
And everyone knows the song really intimately.
every knows the song really well and it's like
Yep.
it's one of those songs that sounds kind of weird on an instrument too because there's so many she's changing the note so much with like the same word so it sounds so different like when you go da 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 it sounds so different than like
Right.
so
That's kind
it's
of one of the challenges with when you take certain vocal songs and turn them into instrumentals because it
yeah
doesn't sound exactly the same way to the ear. I've also been through that. So how do
yes
you go about memorizing it then?
so okay I'm going back to basics on this one just I just literally for me I loop like one measure and over and
Such
and
a
over like
great strategy.
or one like part
Yeah.
like for
Listen
example
up, peeps, because we want to see more of you memorizing your music.
or or
Yeah.
you got that part um
So you're getting it really into your muscle memory.
yeah so
Yeah.
that's the one thing that has really been helping me get through this um another is that I realized when I'm not 100% like intimate with a melody
Hmm.
I can just look at a sheet of paper. I have the PDF of the music. And even though like I know it and don't have to read it, I still will just stare at it sometimes when I have free time,
Mm.
even if I'm not with the sax. So I could just look at it for a second and just visualize it. And it actually really helps me like if I'm playing the next part, I'm just like visualizing the arc of the melody and
Yeah.
it weirdly comes to my fingers. Like that's another thing that's been helping me just
That's super.
visualizing it.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. You guys can try that out. I like to listen to a song 1 bajillion times without my sax. Just something I call active listening when you have the headphones on and you're actually like, you don't have anything, no distractions open. You're just focused on the music and you're singing along. This is really important because you're getting it here, which will allow you to get it here. You're doing it passively when you're washing the dishes or whatever, and then you're slipping on that melody. This is in the event that you have like a little bit of time to get ready. It's not the best hack if you have to memorize something tomorrow. Um, and the other trick that I use, and I used this when I was in the playing on TV shows where sometimes I'd learn the melody that afternoon and we'd have to play it live without music like the next hour, which freaked me out. And that the muscle got better, but it was really hard at first. Sometimes I'll add my own lyrics to a melody. In this case, it wouldn't work with the Mariah Carey one because, well, she already has lyrics, so you can learn that. But if there's like a really hard thing, it might help me. Like if the melody was like, or if there's a rhythm, I might be like, to, I'm gonna get the spaghetti, da 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 da, get ready. You know, something that even syllable wise, if there was a rhythm that's like da da, I'd be like ready or
I
get me, you know.
I've used the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. So those are a couple of tips that y'all can use when memorizing. Um, really, really, really will stretch you and challenge you to just get off the paper. Get off the paper, and then you can start to integrate even more with um, talking to expressing with the camera, adding in movement. It's gonna be freeing. How many of you get freaked out at the idea of actually just leaving the music paper? I had some of my band members who have played my music literally a million times, still reading charts. And I know they knew the music. And at one point, band member was kind of freaking out because they didn't have music. And I was like, we'll just play it without it. And you know what? They nailed it. So it was that safety security blanket that it's up here, we think we need it, but challenge yourself and take it away because I bet you have it. I bet you have it. What are the other challenges that you guys feel and face when it's memorizing music? Or do your nerves ever get the best of you? That happens, right? You think it's memorized, and then you go on stage, and you're freaking nervous. Um, that just means you have to triple the amount of practice time and memorization, so that it's really in your body and it's up in your head. Um, what up, Eric? It's going well. I tell you what, I gotta. We both gotta run in a second, but when Leah's back, why don't we just take a listen to one more video, and then we'll call it for today. If you have not submitted for office hours, make sure to DM us, and we'll save them. We'll save them for future ones. Make sure to look out for our announcements of when office hours are happening, because we're kind of changing up some of the dates sometimes. But yeah.
Sorry about that.
Do you wanna listen to one more?
Yeah, of course.
Let's do it. Let's listen and then let's call it for today. Okay, so this is at MV underscore LICHTN. Sorry, LICHTENTHAT. Wow, y'all got some very complicated uh, usernames. Unless maybe I'm just reading that wrong. Okay, here we go. All right, we're just gonna play a little bit more on Instagram. Wow, we're getting a world tour here, or a city tour. Right, some clarinet in the house. Oh, Lily says that's me. I think Lily is on with us. Thanks for sending in. What are your thoughts, Leo?
I thought it sounded really nice. That middle like range of the clarinet's really hard for me. Um, it sounded good. It was a cool video. I thought it was a nice piece of art. I would personally like to hear like a beat behind it, like kind of a trap beat, like like a 6/8 kind of vibe.
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Um, um, so yeah, that was cool. Maybe add some more flair to it. It just seemed, it just seemed like plain, which is fine. Like I like plain bagels.
Ooh,
So,
yum. Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm not like if someone gives me plain pizza, a plain pizza might be my favorite pizza. So like
Yeah.
when I say plain, I don't necessarily mean bad. I just, may add a little, just add some peppers, or at least try it out on your next project. Add a few ornaments. Right now it's just a tree, Why not, add your own little thing? Maybe add some improv. Maybe change the harmony. Um, you know, and to do that, just try different notes. Try different bass motions on the other clarinets, on the other parts.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah. Great idea.
maybe try adding a piano and just doing different harmony.
Yeah.
I don't know, just try something different to switch it up. Um, because I think in the long run, you'll just have a better chance of success as an artist if you have something that's different.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great idea of stretching yourself, Lily, in the next round of things. Lily's asking the person who sent in, how do you tell your partner the idea of the piece? I'm not 100% sure I understand the question. If it's about telling your partner the inspiration behind the song, then, you know, and Leo and I have this conversation when we're writing music, or if he brings a piece of music, or if I have something, it's great to know the backstory of how it came to be. Like, we played some of you a clip of Blue M&Ms, and we wrote that in the studio as part of this educational project we're working on for you, and we literally went through the inspiration of being like, what do we write this about? Oh, M&Ms, blue. Why blue? And like, so if you're bringing a composition and you want to tell your partner about it, it's a great idea to say, hey, when I wrote this song, I was feeling like really excited about this upcoming audition, and then the nerves got the best of me, and that's why I called it Butterfly, because I just couldn't stand on my feet and I wrote that feeling. And then the other musician will actually have an idea of maybe how to approach those notes. So I would know if someone told me that maybe I can add some more wavers into my notes, or add some more tremolo to really bring out, if the song is about nervousness, it would actually tell me how to punctuate certain things versus playing that same melody. So it's really actually what you're saying, Lily, the question, and I might be completely interpreting this wrong. Maybe you're asking something completely different, but this is a great thing for you guys to do when you're writing music. Share a piece of that experience with your partner and see how it changes your performance. But I'm loving how this office hours, we're getting clarinet, drums. Let's see what comes in next. Y'all DM us, and we're going to save it for future ones. I think we should just tell everybody who's listening, Leo, because they've been hanging in with us for this entire time, what we're working on. And because, you know, you're our peeps. You've been with us now for like all these office hours. Does anybody have a guess of what we've been working on this educational project? Any guesses? Anyone excited for it? Because we are excited. Nope, no guesses yet. Breath attacks.
Kind of.
Kind of.
You're on the way.
Jack, you're getting warm. You want to tell them?
Yeah, I do. We have made a 46-part masterclass of everything saxophone and performance. It's a deep dive into our brains as musicians, entertainers, saxophone players, and as people. Um, there is a variety of different questions we are asked on a daily basis, and one of the challenges is these questions are really hard to explain when A, you don't have that much time to explain it to somebody, B, you don't have time to really put together the right words to properly demonstrate and explain exactly how to do growling or how to bending or explain how difficult it is to be on the road or talk about the intricacies of songwriting and collaborating. I think both of us have struggled when it comes to answering these questions because we don't want to come off as um, we don't want to be rude and just completely ignore everybody, but also these these things take time to explain, and I feel like we were able to figure it out with this one, and we made 46, right? It was a 45, 46,
Yeah,
45,
it's right around there. It's
40.
It's 8+ hours of video.
Wow.
Of like tutorial, step-by-step content, saxophone techniques, stage performance, and career advice for anyone who's building their career as an independent artist. We're talking about the 10+ years that we've been building our careers and our road stories, and how you can start getting gigs, and how you can start busking, and like you're saying, all of these things, and we've really gone in depth. The other thing I'm super pumped about and excited to hear your guys' feedback is we have 7 play-along videos that's kind of merging the world of a play-along track, but we did it with video, and we wanted to make it as immersive as possible. Y'all, this masterclass is not like your boring class. We worked really hard to make sure that it was almost a movie like experience, super high production quality, and if anything, even just one video in this would be like one private lesson with us. So we're giving you over 8 hours of videos. And if you're interested in learning more, in the next few days, we're going to be rolling out an email to those of you on our email list. And then we're going to, come the end of this month, those of you who have pre ordered it will be able to unlock a handful of videos that will keep unlocking every day. So, hey, if you don't have your Christmas or holiday presents, this might be a great one. And pre order is going to open up, I think, this week. Our team's working really hard on it. So, we'll keep you posted. And Jack's asking, how do we partake? We'll make sure you have the information to sign up and order for pre orders. But I really just think, talking about the project, our hope is that we deliver a ton of value to you guys. Of all the stuff, we worked so hard to just dig into our brains and think of like everything that we feel would be valuable to teach you, from fundamentals to advanced techniques. It's been quite the process, and we're learning so much as we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more soon, but hey, you guys are the first to know. Thanks for hanging with us till the end of office hours. And yeah, much love. Be well, everyone. Take it easy, dude. And
Bye.
yeah.